Dr. Rashid, thank you so much for this honor. We want to appreciate you. We want to appreciate the entire team who has put this event together, and all you wonderful dignitaries come from worldwide, taking this opportunity to be over here and making it possible. Before I get into it, I would like to invite Dr. Rashid on the stage, if you don't mind, sir, please. And if I may request you all to take your two legs and stand up on your feet, please.
We are doing magic together.
On behalf of all of you, I want to appreciate Dr. Rashid for all that he is doing. It's something amazing that he is doing. He has been giving things to everybody. So on behalf of all of you, we want to appreciate him.
So nice of you. Wow. So touching. Give me your hand. Thank you much.
Thank you.
You made my day. Thank you very much.
I take the opportunity on behalf of all of you that what Dr. Rashid is doing, it's something amazing. And I think so, we need a round of great applause.
Thank you.
Thank you. You may be seated, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Rashid. Dignitaries, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for this time. It's a wonderful day and it's a beautiful day. And I thank once again the team who has made it possible to gather us all together over here. I've heard this session in the morning and I heard somebody saying that leaders are not born. They become leaders. If you may permit me, I will take a minute or two to give you a story about myself. As you know, my name is there on the screen. And yes, I'm born and brought up in India. And I come from a very, very rich, I can use the word filthy rich family. I come from a very, very rich family, and being a top 10 in India, I started my career with a very young age. My dad was a billionaire, and when I was at the age of 7, we lost everything. So, so from being seated on like a throne on a king over there, we landed straight at the dustbin. And I'm sure we're all familiar with the word dustbin. And even survival was difficult for us. I have my mother, I have my sibling, I have my brother. One-time meal was difficult for us. I heard in the morning somebody talking about cents and dollars, but I'll go to Indian rupees, I'll go to paisas. It was even difficult to get 25 to 35 paisa to make a meal during the day. And that's how, at the age of 7, I started my working career. What was my first job? My first job was to make people millionaires. What was it? Selling lottery tickets on the road. To be born as poor and to come up, it is challenging. But when you're born rich and you become poor, it's difficult. Some people say sweat comes from up to down, but you got to see sweat climbing from down to top. It makes a very big difference. This afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you heard our MC giving few names. The moral of the story, the conclusion. Today over here, I don't want to boast, but I want to thank God, I want to thank my family that we have 2 offices in London. We have 3 offices in Africa. I was in Kenya some time back, and I met the current president who's re-elected again. It was an honor to meet him again. I have 2 offices in Bombay, and we are growing rapidly and swiftly. I thank God for that. As we heard it, leaders are not born, leaders are made. And I go through my presentation, I've just put in some things which life has taught me. Dr. Rashid, you're in my top 10 personalities that I admire. I'm not boasting because you've given me the opportunity to speak over here, but that's reality. We were together 10, 11 years back when we were in Bombay, when you were in Hamriya Free Zone. I was honored to be with you. We had the delegation, Hamriya Free Zone was there in Bombay. So after that I met him, there was something which we always learned from him. And I've seen people like Dr. Rashid and few other people, and I've summarized things for the next 10 to 15 minutes for us. Who is a leader? A leader definitely is not born. A leader definitely is intelligent, he is educated, he is honest, he is creative, he is confident, he is driven, he is courageous. He has got a load of things within his system to do something. He is determined. As I gave you my testimony, I was not born to be a leader, but I was born to climb the ladder every time of my life. Because it was a matter of survival for me. I had to survive. I had to wash dishes. I had to clean cars. I had to be a steward. I had to be a waiter. I had to be a cleaner. I had to be everything possible in my life from the age of 7 till a long time. And it taught me, and I was wondering, God, why did you put me in this position? We heard not over here. And absolutely, I would agree with Mrs. Hussain that we should have a can-do attitude and say never do die. That we can do it. It was a matter of survival for me. And to grow from there till now onwards, it has been a challenge. Challenge with people, challenge with circumstances, challenge with family, challenge with environment, challenge with everything you come across, there's a challenge. There's like a mountain standing in front of you before you take a breath. But thanks be to God, thanks be to some fantastic personalities who we have seen, who we have heard, or who we have read, and we bring in things together over here. Emotions, we heard something this morning. Emotion is extremely important in our life. We may be doing a business, we may be an entrepreneur, we may be a small-time SME, we might be an MNC personality, we might be the most renowned person, but unless and until I believe if there is no emotion in all that you do, there is only motion. The motion of movement, that's it. You will just move. We'll just be moving like a kind of a wave going up and down and up and down. But unless and until I don't have the emotion in my structure, it might not be difficult, but it might be impossible. Look at the case study of L'Oreal. In 1997, L'Oreal was famous. It's a famous cosmetic giant. We all know that. And the ladies know it better than men. They wanted to make a great shift. They wanted to do some things. But things never happened. Long story short, they put in a box of people who came up with emotions, who understood the value that what does a woman want? What does she need to see herself? How does she want to see herself? How does she want to pursue herself? They brought in all those intelligent people in one box, put them in the room, shut them in over there, and they brought out emotions from these people. And from there, they drew in a brand management campaign. And in that campaign, the literature or whatever spoke, it sold, and you see the figures right over here. The another second company, Whole Foods, a company based in America, which is listed in the Fortune magazine, 100 best companies. It had the same thing. They went through highly, devastating losses. But today, they are known, and the figures say it for themselves. Google can give you the answer. How hard it is to be honest. This is the most difficult part. To be honest is difficult. Sometimes it is difficult, it is impossible. In the morning I heard somebody saying under the table, over the table, above the table, and so on and so forth. But what will keep us going is honesty. Honesty is literally the best policy. Being honest, it builds our confidence. You don't have to take a shortcut. Even if the route is longer, doesn't matter. But of course, honesty will bring the people together.